Manish Singhal, who's the Secretary General of Assocham, is also on the telecast with me now. Thank you very much for joining me, and of course, would like to understand from you what is your reaction and response to Trump's tariffs on India? What impact do you see on the industries?
Uh, See, I think the writing was on the wall for a good amount of time, so I would say not much of a surprise. Yes, it does bring in a challenge for many of our exporters, especially pharma and gems and jewelry and some of the labor-intensive sectors, including engineering and all. But I think it's a great opportunity for our country to diversify into new markets and also increase their capability and capacities to serve larger requirements in other overseas markets. To my mind, we should see it as an opportunity in some sort of a disruption, but that opportunity is much bigger than the disruption which these tariffs have caused.
Do you think there will be any immediate impact on the Indian economy, or is the Indian economy resilient enough to subvert these tariffs?
See, there could be, yes, immediate impact in terms of exports to US. There's no denying on that. But in terms of economy at large, about $45 billion worth of our exports may get impacted in the short run. That's hardly about a percent of our GDP. So in such a large economy, with thankfully a good local market, I don't think it is going to have a major impact, definitely not a long-term impact. But yes, till the time our industry is able to get into new markets, till the time the industry is able to, reorient their trade diversity, short term there would be an impact. From 1st October, we are going to have the India AFTA agreement kicking in, so that itself will open up the EFTA market, which largest of which is Switzerland, Norway, Iceland. Out of that, I mean, that itself will open up a window for Indian products. So really, not a long-term impact on the economy. Even medium term, there won't be much of an impact.
How do you see the government's move to cut the GST to boost consumption?
Yeah, so see, these are the larger, I would say, the next wave of reforms, like the Prime Minister has also spoken about in the last couple of weeks, which is going to take us really forward, and probably further mitigate impact of issues like the Trump tariffs. So these GST reforms are definitely likely to further boost consumption. More important than consumption also is that it's going to be a big ease of doing business reform for the Indian industry, because if a lot of sectors are going to come into just two slabs of GST, I think their whole compliance ecosystem becomes much simpler. There could be more and more companies or smaller companies willing to come into the formal sector of the economy through the GST ecosystem. So all that will again have a very, very positive impact. And more than consumption, again, it's likely to make us more competitive. And if we are more competitive, again, in terms of both trade and exports and new markets, we will be much better off going forward.
What more can the government do to help industries? Is there a possibility of a stimulus or a loan moratorium that can be provided to businesses?
See, maybe to take care of the short-term impact of the Trump tariffs, to give some breather to the exporters who would directly get impacted by US exports or the lack of US exports. Government can look at a little bit of very well directed and focused set of support to the exporting sector. But in terms of I mean, COVID-like situation was very, very different. It was across the sectors of economy and across the social landscape of the country. So that was something very different. But yes, to the exporters, government can look at some short-term support so that they can tide over the short-term impact of the tariffs.
Also talking about India and UAE trading with each other, the trade between both countries has touched $100 billion this year. Do you see the Middle East being a suitable alternative for Indian exports?
Yes, you are aware. I mean, 2 years back, we kicked in the India UAE SEPA, and the trade has been increasing since then between India and UAE. Also, because UAE becomes a channel for us to access the whole of GCC and even access to markets like Africa and Central Asia, which UAE finances as a trading point. So UAE will always remain to be in fact, that's what the diversity I was talking about. You have today already FTAs in place with Australia, with UAE. Like I said, Switzerland will kick in. UK is there, which, okay, UK will take some time to kick in, no doubt. But then, that's something in the offing. So UAE will also definitely help us in this direction.
Thank you, Manish, for joining us on the telecast and sharing your